And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Crocker Field for tonight's high school football action. The Westboro High School Rangers come to town tonight to take on the Fitchburg High School Red Raiders. I'm Luke Connery alongside Dave Svens, and Fitchburg tonight, Dave, trying to up that record to 10-0, and coming off a great win last week against North Middlesex. They got a real test here tonight.
Well, they sure do, and they played very well against North Middlesex last week. And ironically, the Rangers come into town at 8-1, and their only loss was to that North Middlesex team. And the North Middlesex team that we saw last week really was not the Middlesex teams that we've been seeing over the past few years. Now, maybe they had an off night, although their record certainly indicate that they're not where they have been.
Certainly not what we've been used to. And, you know, they said before the game that the nemesis for Fitchburg High in the 90s has been North Middlesex. Fitchburg handled them quite easily last week and probably face a bigger challenge tonight against Westboro than they faced last week against North Middlesex. But, of course, it all builds, especially if you continue to win with Thanksgiving and Fitchburg and Leominster. Just could be a great matchup this year, and both teams, it looks like, depending on what Leominster does tonight, are going to go to the Super Bowl, and I'll talk to you more about that and how that's going to be set up as the night progresses.
Well, I look to my right and I see our Frisbee catching dog is back for another encore. I don't know if they're going to be doing this prior to the game or at halftime. It looks like if it's going to go, it'll be at halftime. A relatively sparse crowd here tonight, at least at this point, but Fitchburg fans sometimes wait until the game is underway before they show up here. Last week, a very good crowd as both sides of the field. Of course, North Middlesex just up the road had a great contingent, and they sent a lot of people down to watch their team, unfortunately, lose to Fitchburg. So Fitchburg has a chance to go into Thanksgiving, as Luke mentioned, undefeated with a record of 10-0. But they're not looking past these guys here tonight.
Little mic difficulty there. Sorry about that. I mentioned a minute ago about the Super Bowl and how it works. And what's going to happen is that Fitchburg, of course, wants to be the #1 seed in that, because the #1 seed will, of course, play the #1 seed in Western Mass, who looks like to be Springfield Cathedral and one of the better teams in the state. But the caveat to this is that game will be played at WPI at 3:15 in the afternoon. Should they come in second and be the 1A team, they have to play at Springfield College at 9:45 in the morning. You know, so they have to be leaving, leaving here at dark, and so it's very important for Fitchburg to be the #1 seed. It's actually important for anyone in Central Mass to be the #1 seed, because the #2 seed really is going to face a lousy day on December the 4th or 5th or whenever it is, that Saturday after Thanksgiving, 10 days after Thanksgiving.
Well, I still have a problem with this whole Super Bowl thing. I mean, I think it's great that they're going back to Central Mass playing Western Mass, but why two? I mean, the more teams you have playing, the less the game means.
Well, actually, it's 4, because the Division II goes out there also,
right.
And Gardner and Schober, I mean, whomever it may be, Clinton this year is Lunenburg, or, so it seeds down, and.
But I'm talking within each division. It used to be just one game.
Right.
And the two best teams, the best team in Central Mass played the best team in Western Mass, and now you got A seed, B seed, and it's it just cheapens it, I think.
And you don't get a chance to go down and play Eastern Mass either. Yeah. So it's it's a flawed system, but it's the system that we have, and that's what this team is looking forward to, trying to get to 11-0, and then playing in that as Rex the Wonder Dog warms up on the sidelines. I thought we had put him to sleep, but apparently he's back. And we'll look forward to that. P.T. Crutchfield, who now is promoting, apparently has got part ownership in this dog.
Yeah.
Because we have him here now every week, but he does put on a good show, and we'll look forward to that.
Put me in, Coach. Put me in. Wow. Anyway, you know, of course, the big thing around here is Thanksgiving morning, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I remember who won the Fitchburg-Leominster game last year. Not only can I not tell you who won the Super Bowl, I can't even tell you who was in it. And well, because it's anticlimactic for Fitchburg and Leominster.
And I believe, you know, Leominster went up and played Springfield Cathedral, and I think I thought they were beaten. No, Shrewsbury. I take that back.
Yeah,
Shrewsbury went up there, and they got. That's right. They got clobbered.
I don't know if our audio. Oh no, that explains why the audio is not right. Our audio man is on the field.
There he is, but he'll be able to hear. You'll be able to hear the bands and the national anthem from these mics.
Yeah, there's a rather wide disparity in the levels between my mic and yours.
So should I keep I can hear that? Mine's a little louder?
No, mine's louder. Mine's louder than you.
Well, we got to get our audio guy down into the booth, because apparently obsessed with that one microphone on the field.
Yeah, he does have a thing with that band mic. I think he's got a deal going. He's going to bring the band on the road. Anyway, the Fitchburg High Band getting ready, and we've got our Frisbee. It'd be nice if we knew this dog's name. It's been a star of 3 games already, and we really don't. The dog's name is Anna, we were told.
Anna.
Anna. Silly name for a dog. All right, Anna, go for it. I used to be able to do that, you know.
What the dog's doing or what the trainer's doing?
What the dog's doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I saw the chiropractor. And that's a good one. All right. No wind tonight, too. That's going to help. That's going to be a true...
It's terrific. It really is.
Come on, Anna. Yes.
Oh, he did. He's great. I think he hit it on the head, Dave. The wind has been a factor here in other weeks, and it's just perfect tonight.
After this is over, you know, Anna probably thinks, why does he make me do this? Anna.
Never having been a dog, he probably loves it. All right.
Oh, what a catch.
The fans are going wild here.
Call Pete Carroll.
Yeah, really.
Anna's on tonight.
Oh.
I think isn't that a border collie? I think
yeah,
it
it is. I had a bus. I was saying Rex the Wonder Dog was, of course, a border collie, but Rex was a little bigger than that one.
Yeah, Rex covered 2 borders.
Yeah. Rex was great. Those dogs are very, very smart.
Oh, he's going the other way this time.
Oh.
Wow. Kind of tough to catch him if you already have one in your mouth.
There he goes.
There's a post route. Whoops.
Oh, terrific.
All right. I'll ask the question that I asked the first week we saw. He's puffing away. How do you teach a dog to do that?
I don't know, but I'm a dog lover, and I think it's great. I don't know how they do it. You know, it's almost like the seeing eye dogs. Yep. and all these other dogs that do these different things. You know, it's the sniffers, and they're just, they're great.
Well, in just a moment or so, we expect the teams to come out of the field. They, of course, had their pregame workouts and returned to their respective locker rooms. Everybody's talking about Mo Vaughn being gone.
Yeah, I was away this week and wasn't able to follow it in the. I was in Pittsburgh and wasn't able to follow in the paper, so I'm just getting up to speed. But I'm a little surprised, to tell you the truth. I thought he was going to stay here the last week or so, but there's some personalities there more than anything else. He just doesn't like Dan Duquette, and John Harrington is, in charge of the Yawkey Trust, and nobody can figure out. So he's gone.
All right, the Raiders, you're coming out of the clubhouse, and we're going to take a break here and let you know about the great people that have made these broadcasts possible.
FATV Sports presents Fitchburg Red Raider football. Brought to you by the volunteers of your community television stations. And major funding from Workers Credit Union. There's no bank like us. And Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation. And by underwriting support from the Byrne Insurance Agency, 150 Main Street, where all your insurance needs are met, auto, home, and business. Byrne Insurance, fulfilling promises made. And by the Masciarelli Family Funeral Homes, honoring the lives of local families for generations. And by Mr. G's Party Center Incorporated in the Twin City Mall, proud to be supporting schoolboy football. And by Sky Cycle, 402 Electric Avenue in Lunenburg, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Yamaha Sales and Service. And by Slattery's Restaurant and Bar, 106 Lunenburg Street, now featuring live entertainment with the best of blues and jazz. And a special thank you to Local 3128 of the Fitchburg Permanent Firefighters Association.
Starting lineup for the visiting Rangers from Westboro. Starting in the interior line, number 53, Pat McKay. Number 61, Kevin Paganelli. Number 63, Mike Walsh. Number 66.
All right, we're back. We heard the last note or two of the national anthem, played as they always do very well by the Fitchburg High Marching Band. And the Red Raiders will be coming out onto the field in a moment. They are down in the end zone, as you can see. The Rangers of Westboro are now running across the field to their bench area on the far side. And here come the Raiders, undefeated at 9-0, trying to make it 10-0 here tonight against a Westboro team who is 8-1. Their lone loss, once again, coming against North Middlesex.
Their doctor is here tonight, Dr. Westerling. Just came onto the field. Looks like we've got Pete Trainer's officiating crew here tonight. Or he's not the referee, but he's part of the crew. So we've got a local flavor with the officiating contingent. Huge game for the Fitchburg High School Red Raiders. Coming in here 9-0. Having a possibility of going 12-0, probably the only class that could ever do that. I mean,
yeah, they wouldn't be the only undefeated untied team in history, but certainly the only one that had won that many games. As a matter of fact, gentleman down front here was in the class of 1933, and they were the last, I believe, the last undefeated untied team here at Fitchburg High in 1933. There you see the captains meeting at midfield.
Word on David Masciarelli, number 13, is that he's, progressing nicely. Hopes to be ready for Thanksgiving. I had a chance to talk to him before the game, and there he is right there, senior quad captain, along with Jeremy Saucier, Keith Levitt, and Braden B.J. Keenan. I was spent quite a bit of time down on the field, and I heard a lot of chatter from Fitchburg High, a lot of chatter from the captains. They really know that they've got something special here, and they're trying to keep everybody up, and they're really into it. And you know, we haven't talked much about it during the season, Dave, but you know, it really is a team of many heroes. You know, all the attention with Keith Levitt and, you know, Andy and Dustin LeBlanc doing a lot of the offense, and some great individual efforts, but it has been a team effort, both offensively and defensively. And
Fitchburg defers once again. They will kick off. And big meeting of both clubs in the center of the field, and we're just a few moments away from getting underway. There's head coach Ray Cosenza. What a job he's done with this club over the years.
Terrific. Well respected. Kids like him. Media likes him. Parents like him. He's just done a terrific job, and he's got a great staff.
Only flaw is he went to St. John's, but
well, we won't bring that up. I wonder if after the success of another football coach, Jesse the Mind Ventura, I wondered if Coach Cosenza would think about throwing his hat in the political ring.
Well, could be.
Never know.
They go undefeated. He could take over this town.
Oh.
Have Keith Levitt as a running mate.
There's Pete Traynor. Father of a couple of great...
Now, is this on cue or what? Just as we're about to start the game, the light goes on in the steeple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just about to mention
I was too. I was too. Perfect. There it is.
First Parish Church. There we go. Now, do you think somebody's down there? And maybe,
gotta be.
Gotta be.
Gotta be. Although it's just about 7 o'clock straight up, so maybe it is on a timer.
Well, we're just about set to go here with the opening quarter as the Red Raiders try to maintain their undefeated record against the 8-1 team from Westboro, the Rangers, here to bring you first quarter action. Luke Conry.
Thanks very much, Dave Svens. The sack C card kicks off, and it's touched and almost down by the 20-yard line. It's there. It's picked up by Weiss, who gets it across the 25-yard line up to about the 27, and he's brought down there by Kyle Dodge, and that's where the Rangers will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. 8-1 Westboro High School Rangers going up against the undefeated Fitchburg High School Red Raiders and the #1 team in Central Massachusetts. Mike Weiss is the quarterback. Davidson and McGavin are in the backfield. And he's going back to throw right away, and they got a great wide receiver on this team. They throw it long and just out of reach. Good coverage by number 7, Tommy Snow, but coming into the ball game, a lot of notoriety with this kid, Dave Haneke, number 21, and him and Weiss have hooked up on many occasions this year, and they start the game off with a long bomb.
That reminded me of the Leominster-Brockton game at Doyle Field about 10 years ago when Brockton came in undefeated and ranked #1 in the country, and Leominster threw a pass just like that in the very first play, except Leominster's connected.
Weiss gives it to McGann. He tries to go around, and McGavin tries to go on the right side, and he gets nothing as Andy Roy is in on the stop for the Red Raiders along with Dustin LeBlanc, and they're actually going to lose a couple on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
Fans continuing to file in here at Crocker Field. Good crowd. Certainly not. Actually, I'm very surprised at the good size of the crowd on the far side, which you don't see in that shot there, but good contingent from Westboro.
Haneke wide to the left now as it's a passing situation for Weiss. And he's going to drop back again. He's going to look, but he held on. Takes it himself, gets it up close to the 30-yard line. Maybe up, I don't know, depends on where they spot it. Just about right on the 30. But that's going to bring up a 4th down and long for the Rangers, and they'll be forced to kick as Frank McDonald, number 20, goes back deep for the Red Raiders. That's Weiss's kick. It's not a bad kick, but McDonald's going to get a run back at the 35-yard line. Brings it up the middle, tries to get outside, gets up to about the 40, where he's brought down by number 42. That's Don Bean. And this is where the Red Raiders will take over with their sophomore quarterback, Jason Toomley, in for the injured quad captain, senior quarterback, Dave Masciarelli. Number 16 is Toomley. He'll have Dustin LeBlanc and Andy LeBlanc in his backfield. Heckel and Tom Snow will be his receivers as B.J. Keenan brings them out of the huddle. 1st and 10, the ball on the Fitchburg High 39-yard line. Roy's in motion. And there goes Heckel, also in motion to the left. Toomley hands it off to Andy LeBlanc, goes right up the middle, across the 40, picks up maybe 2 on the play. It's going to be a 2nd and 8. Tim Alves, number 44, makes the stop for the Rangers.
We've really lucked out weather-wise this year.
Oh, yeah. Last week it was a little bit windy. It was a little cold last night. It's beautiful tonight. Toomley gives it to Dustin LeBlanc, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He's still fighting, though, and they finally blow the whistle. They're going to give him about a yard, or no gain, actually. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And let's make it 7. They'll give him a yard on the play. So Fitchburg has done nothing to surprise the Rangers yet, but they started slow last week against North Middlesex and made some adjustments at halftime, and then took control of the ball game and went on to a big win over the Patriots. Toomley calling signals. Pitches it back to Andy LeBlanc around the right side. He's tripped up by number 20. That's Kevin Phillips, and it's going to bring up a 4th down for Fitchburg, and they're going to be forced to punt.
So a very defensive game in the very early going here at Crocker Field. It'll be a 4th down and just about 5.
Seacard back to kick, very close to being blocked as it hits on the 30-yard line and takes a bounce that doesn't really benefit anybody, and it rolls dead right there, and that's where the Westboro will take over at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. So 4 and out for both teams, Dave.
Interesting, you know, we talk about the quarterback situation for Fitchburg, and Dave Masciarelli continues to make steady progress, but, you know, what's going to happen Thanksgiving morning? You know, is Dave Masciarelli, if he's healthy, going to start?
I asked Ray Kazenza last Saturday morning if there was a controversy brewing at quarterback, and he said no. Long pass, and it's intercepted. A great interception by number 32. That's Saul Seacard. And Mike Weiss, who has come in with a big passing reputation, has thrown a couple, one overthrown, and now he throws one right to Saul Seacard, who made a great interception.
That was a nice catch. Nice interception for Saul Seacard.
But you can bet that the coffee shops and, and those places where football is discussed is they're talking about, you know, who we're going to put in there.
Yep.
Snow and Heckel are both wide to the left as Toomley calls signals. And now he's going to throw. And he lets it go down the middle, and now he's intercepted by Weiss. And he gets it back towards midfield, getting up, and he's going to be stopped at about the 48-yard line. So tit for tat there by the quarterback.
That was exactly the phrase I was going to use, but although I never understood it. But anyway, I guess it turns out that Westboro gets a little bit better field position. We're going to see that again. And pass wasn't bad. It was just too much coverage.
Intended for Tommy Snow, but intercepted by Weiss, who brings the offense out, 1st and 10. And he gives it to Davidson, first man through, but Saucier, Frank McDonald, and number 56, Josh Cordio, in on the stop along with Andy Roy for the Raiders. No gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Fitchburg High principal Ernie Welch.
Yeah.
arriving fashionably late.
Pat McKay brings the Rangers out of the huddle as Weiss calls signals with Davidson and McGavin in the backfield. And he pitches it back to McGavin, who gets around the left side, tried to cut the corner, picked up maybe 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and at least 7. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it just in Fitchburg's territory at the 49. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Westboro, as both teams just feeling each other out here in the early going.
6.5 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter.
Coach DiGeronimo. Third and 7. And there's a little option play as number 36 gets the ball. That's Stefan Moesta, the ball carrier. He gets it to about the 46-yard line. He's going to bring up 4th and about 4. And they're going to have to punt again. So both defenses playing very well here in the early going.
Ooh.
Kicks away, not a bad kick. Comes up on McDonald, who puts his head down and kind of like trips on his own. Really didn't get hit, but he gets it up to about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Raiders, in the exchange again, will take over. And Pittsburgh keeps on going a little bit further back.
Yeah. But they'll start 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line. Fitchburg's second possession, as they were intercepted on their last series of downs.
5:52 remaining in the first period as Jason Toomley has Heckel in motion, calling the signals. Gives it to Andy LeBlanc, who powers his way up to about the 27 or 28-yard line. A pickup of only about, oh no, he must have had a knee down right almost at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a 1-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, not much there. 2nd and 9 for the Raiders. No score, 5.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Fitchburg trying to continue their undefeated ways against the Westboro Rangers, who are 8-1.
Same formation as the last play, but now Roy goes in motion. And now Toomley calls a timeout. So it's timeout Fitchburg with 5:06 to go here in the, and they're going to wind that clock down a little bit, but to about 5:04. No score in the first period.
This, of course, will be our final night game of the season, and we'll have a week and a half or so off, and almost 2 weeks. And Thanksgiving morning right here at Crocker Field. If Fitchburg is able to pull off a victory, that'll, I believe, even the series up again.
Freddie Sullivan just telling the fans here at Crocker Field that the church, the light is on at the church steeple, and apparently made some reference to myself and Yule.
Yeah.
I didn't really get what he said, but it was something to do with
sometimes
good job.
It's very difficult to get what Fred says. But,
yeah. Here comes your old buddy Chris Bickolas. He looks great.
You, Chris Bickolas, and Richard Nixon, forever entwined in history.
Well, yeah. That's a trifecta right there. There's Dustin LeBlanc, first man through, and he picks up a couple. As Fitchburg is just trying to play that power of football. They threw one pass, unfortunately intercepted. But they continue to play that running attack that, you know, of course, they've used all year long to a very successful 9-0 season. So certainly not going to be second-guessing that. But it brings up a 3rd and 5 as Ben Bedard comes out wide to the right. Now Kyle Dodge is in motion, and here comes the tight end pass across the middle, perhaps, but no, it goes to Andy LeBlanc, who gets nothing and loses a few on the play. So the Rangers have came to play.
Oh, no question. They know Fitchburg, of course, is undefeated and always play tough here at Crocker Field. So I'm sure they didn't need much motivational speech to.
Again, almost blocked as here goes Seacard after McGavin, and he makes a great tackle. So Saul Seacard has come up with a couple of big plays here tonight. As that, I'm saying Saul Seacard, and now I think it might have been actually Pat DeGrazelia and Josh Cordio or Josh Raboyne on the stop for the Rays. I don't know if we're going to see that again. I thought I saw number 32 down there, but apparently it was not Seacard. I think it was Scott Gendron. 52. Back to pass, Weiss. He had to bring it down, and he stopped in there. Brought down by Andy LeBlanc. Nice play by the defensive end. And they lose a couple on the play, or one, 2nd and 11. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Shift Commander Fossa in attendance here tonight.
Yes.
Here's McGavin once again. He gets nothing as Andy LeBlanc makes another tackle with some help from Josh Cordio. Saucier checks out of the game as B.J. Keenan checks in. Third down and 11 for Westboro. Well, I just heard that tuber. It sounded like somebody had a stomach ache there as it started off. I said, wow. Weiss back to pass, throws it out into the flat to number 34. That's Jeff Davidson. But it's not enough for the first down as they're going to come up about 4 or 5 yards short. And it's going to be another kicking situation for Westboro. Good center, good snap, good kick. As McDonald's going to see it bounce at the 35 down to the 20. Now he picks it up and he's going to run with it, and he gets smothered at the 20-yard line.
That was dangerous.
Very dangerous.
21-yard line is where they're going to mark the football, and Fitchburg finding themselves in poor field position once again. 2 minutes, 10 seconds unofficially to go here in the first quarter. No score from a surprisingly comfortable Crocker Field tonight. No wind, and temperature when I left the house was about 41, so that's not bad.
Toasty for November.
For the 13th.
Oh, that's right. It's Friday the 13th also.
Yep.
And here comes Dustin LeBlanc right up the chute. And he gets good yardage up to about the 35-yard line, and we just got our first down of the evening, I believe, Dave.
Yep. And Fitchburg fans, of course, waiting for either Dustin or Andy to break something to get them going. And that was pretty much what happened last week against Middlesex. All of a sudden, they got one good play. We're going to see a replay, I believe, on that. Yeah, nice hole.
Yeah, it's that one quick block when Dustin's got the ball. He's the first back in that I formation, and when he gets it, that one block right over Keith Levitt, he's gone. Back to passes Toomley.
Well,
he's got him. He's got Heckel. Dallas Heckel down inside the 20-yard line. Now they're going to mark it at about the 24, but just another beautiful pass by Jason Toomley.
Really was, and I think what happened, Heckel lost the ball. It was either knocked out or whatever. It went out of bounds. That's why it's going to be about 4 or 5 yards shorter than where he actually went out of bounds. But nice play by, nice throw by Toomley, and Fitchburg on 2 quick plays has the ball 1st and 10 inside the 25. There's the replay.
Seacard and Tommy Snow wide to the right. And kind of a mix-up back there, and Toomley held on to the ball and got back to the line of scrimmage. Perhaps picked up a yard. It's going to be second and actually picked up 2 yards, so we'll make it 2nd and 8 as Ben Bedard checks in with a play. That was a broken play, I think, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Fitchburg deep now in Westboro territory as time winds down here in the first period. Toomley once again gives it to Dustin LeBlanc, who gets it inside the 20 or right to about the 20-yard line. A pickup of perhaps 2 more, bring up a 3rd and 6. Make it 3rd and 5. And we may not get this play off in the first period.
That's a cutie. Oh, you missed her.
I don't know how official that clock is, but it's pretty close. And they're going to wait, and that's going to end the first period. And at the end of the first period, the Fitchburg High School Red Raiders and the Westboro High School Rangers find themselves all knotted up at 0.
A nice hand at the end of the quarter from the Fitchburg fans. Things were slow there for probably almost 10 minutes of that first quarter, but Fitchburg got 2 big plays. Nice run by Dustin LeBlanc, and then of course the nifty pass down the sidelines to Heckel, and it is now down, let's see, just on the 19-yard line.
I guess we want to say hi to our old pal, Jack Jerzyk, who is out there listening tonight, and hope he's doing well. And we look straight at that 74 all the time here as we're right at midfield just about.
Getting a little trampled out there, but
it is. Just the way he would like it.
That's right. Trampled a few out there in his time. Trampled me in the 8th grade.
Well, you probably deserved it.
No, I didn't. It was a game of kickball. Voigt Lassila. I hold him fully responsible.
Oh, wow. Starting to foster up some of emotions from 35 years ago.
Yeah. Officer Caddy walking the beat.
Yeah. Bill Gilman from AM 1280 news director, coming up here.
Actually, both of the caddies are here. Joel's wife Jean is runs the cheerleaders.
Yes, she does, and does a good job.
Okay, we're ready to go with quarter number 2.
And you're ready to go, Dave Spence.
Yes, I am. 19-yard line, 3rd down at about 5. And the handoff goes to Dustin. And he's
very close.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be, well, let's see. No, I think he's got it.
Very close. Great spot, too, really.
Yeah, they're going to measure.
Pete Traina pushing the Red Raiders back.
And
you got it.
Hit. So the Raiders keep the drive alive. They have it on about the 13-yard line. Just inside the 14, actually. We'll call it the 14. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Jason Toomley, the quarterback. This time it goes to Andy LeBlanc right up the middle, and he gets a couple. There may be. Well, I thought for a minute there was a fumble, but I guess he got a second effort and was initially stopped and then kept the feet turning away. And it's going to be a 2nd down. And about 4.
Tough yards for Andy LeBlanc there as he was stood up, but a great second effort. And that ball's now spotted at about the 7-yard line, going in.
This time it goes to Dustin. He's down to the 5. Picks up a couple. Just underway here in the second quarter. No score. Very defensive first period of play here at Crocker Field. Very similar to last week's game against the North Middlesex club. Wide to the left comes Heckel, along with Snow. And a keeper straight ahead by Toomley, and he is short of the goal line, but he got the first down.
They almost pushed him in.
So it is a first down from about the 2-yard line. The Raiders threatening here. All right, Toomley. And it goes to the first man through, and that is Dustin LeBlanc for the 6 points. So the Raiders draw first blood with 8:51 to go here in the first half as Dustin LeBlanc takes it in from a couple of yards out. Zach Seacard, who's been extremely reliable, kicking extra points. Toomley to hold. There's the snap. It's up. No change there. Timeout. 8:51 to go in the second half, first half of play, and the Raiders lead it 7-0.
Well, their MO the last, especially last week, and now again this week, is to really get into kind of like a chess match with these teams, and you know, pick out a spot. And as you had said there at the end of the first period, 2 big plays, the big pass play to Heckel and the good run by Andy LeBlanc, you know, set this whole drive up. And they did almost exactly the same thing last week. You know, really getting into a dogfight with North Middlesex, but then just, you know, wearing them out, and then just finding that 1 or 2 plays to kind of break it wide open. And now I see their offense probably going to be doing about the same thing this week. You know, and that's the guys upstairs, the coaches that are watching it upstairs, and the coaches on the field, and they make the adjustments, and then it's worked for them.
All right, Seacard's kick is heading towards the sideline and does not go out of bounds. And wisely hopped on by number 44, Tim Alvis, because that's a live ball. Fitchburg, had they gotten down there, could have hopped on it, and it would have been theirs.
Now, what they got to get that dog to do is go out there and retrieve the kicking tee. That's what I want to see. Fitchburg, of course, has one of its little assistant trainers to go out there and do that, one of their managers. So you used to call them in your day, right, Dave? Managers?
Yes.
A football manager?
Water boy.
Who was the manager in your
I don't remember.
Don't remember. Apparently didn't leave much of an impression, the manager.
No.
No.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Rangers. And the hand goes to number 34, Jeff Davidson. And he gets about 5. It'll be 2nd down. And just about 5. Ball is on the 21.5, 22-yard line. 7-0 Fitchburg. And timeout being called by Westboro.
Well, this is Fitchburg's 10th game of the season, with of course, there's only one left, and that's going to be the big one on Thanksgiving Day. It's here at Crocker Field. I don't know what the long-term forecasts are, but it doesn't look like, I shouldn't say because I really don't know. Hopefully it'll be like it's been this fall so far. It's been perfect. Tonight is just a super night. The flag is just up there, and no wind whatsoever. We got the light in the steeple on. We got a good crowd, and just really doesn't get much better than this. And we'll just hope that we get a good day on Thanksgiving. But if we don't, Dave and I will be here anyways, regardless of what the weather is, and look forward to bringing you all that action live. Game time, of course, is 10 o'clock.
Well, if it's real bad, I'll stay home.
And let me do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I mean, I live right around. We could just run along Mike Wire over there, and I could just watch at home and you know, do the commentary from there.
We could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Second down at 5, 22-yard line. Rolling to the left and being chased by Andy LeBlanc. Fires, and it is incomplete. Mike Weiss eluding Andy LeBlanc.
I almost thought they were going to blow the whistle there. He almost had him in the grass, but they didn't. And Andy was shook loose from Weiss, and then he threw a strike to one of his receivers, and he dropped the ball. As the Westboro High Band is serenading us with a rendition of Louie Louie.
See where those guys that recorded Louie Louie, the Kingsmen, finally got some royalties?
Oh, really?
I guess that was hung up in court for years.
No kidding.
There's a pass, and he's complete up to the 40-yard line. Dave Allen.
And that's going to be a first down. I think their first one.
Well, Stefan Moesta. Is that their initial first down?
Stefan?
Is that their initial first down?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right smack on the 30-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers. Fitchburg leading 7-0. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Rolling to the left is Weiss. He's going to keep it. He's going to get himself 5 yards.
Ben Bedard made a nice play on that. It looked like he was going to get more than that.
Once again, the Rangers coming into this ball game at 8-1, and their lone loss, surprisingly, well, maybe not surprisingly, that's not perhaps the correct word, but they lost to North Middlesex. Was having an off year for them. There's a fake. There's a pass. It is complete. Screen pass. And it is going to be close to a first down. Scott McGavin.
They almost had him right at the line of scrimmage, but he wiggled free and got up very, very close to the first down. And this is, we may need a measurement here, and we're going to get one.
Looks like he's got it. If Tommy Shea drew the line straight, I think he's got it.
I'm going to say he's going to miss it by 3 inches.
You're good.
Okay.
It's actually 2.5, but Freddie says 6 inches. Yeah.
Oh, Freddie can't even see the ball. Come on.
So it is short by 2.5 to 3 inches. Keeper by Weiss, maybe. Yep. And he looks like he has it.
As the clock continues to tick down, we're under 7 minutes, approaching the 6-minute mark here in the second quarter. Fitchburg High Red Raiders lead by a score of 7-0 on a 2-yard run by Dustin LeBlanc. At the beginning, let's see, what about the 8:51 mark of the second quarter, and Zach Seacard got another extra point, and that's where we are, 7-0.
Weiss straight back, pumps once, fires deep down the left side. He's got a man there, but he's also got Tommy Snow there, who knocks it away. Heckel was there as well.
Well covered by Heckel and Snow, and it looked like either the ball was tipped or the flight of it was not
No.
textbook, but nice coverage by Tommy Snow and Dallas Heckel.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. from the 41-yard line of the Rangers. Once again, it's 7-0 Fitchburg. Leominster tonight, of course, down at Doyle Field taking on North Middlesex. And Weiss is going to throw again. He's got a man open this time, and it is complete. Inside the 30, down to about the 21-yard line. And I believe that was Stefan Moesta again.
That was number 80, Chris Gridich, on the reception.
Here's the replay. It is. Moesta was down there also, but it was Gridich that made the catch. So the Rangers trying to answer Fitchburg's touchdown with a nice drive of their own, and we've got whistles. Play is dead.
That'll be procedure, I would think.
Yeah. That's what it is.
One of the areas of concern really all year long, and you don't see much of it in high school football, really, is the passing game. You know, Fitchburg has been somewhat susceptible to the passing game. Their defense against the run has been, you know, outstanding. And you got a throwing quarterback like Weiss, who's comes in with a big reputation, and a great wide receiver in Hanukkah. Could play fits with you.
Weiss handoff inside goes to McGavin. McGavin's got some running room, and he's going to be close to a first down.
And I think he got it inside the 10-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Now I guess they're going to spot it about the 11.
He's a senior, 5'8", 182 pounds.
There's your scoreboard. As we're approaching 4.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. And the Westboro Rangers are driving.
Ball just shy of the 10-yard line. Second down and inches. Back to pass. Weiss over the middle. It is complete. And a touchdown. Complete to Dave Hanukkah, number 21. 6'2", 163. And Westboro trails by just 1 point. And they'll try to tie it up here. Holding is Brendan O'Connell. There's the snap. Kick is up. Looks good. It is good. So, timeout with 4:13 to go here in the first half. And Westboro has tied up the game. We're at 7 apiece. So Westboro answering Fitchburg's touchdown and coming back with one of their own. A very nice drive.
Excellent drive, and one of the things that Weiss does is he gives that little pump, and that, of course, gets everybody a little somewhat confused. He's been successful then in completing some long passes, and he just hooked up with his number one guy there, Hanukkah, and tied the ball game up.
John Seaman, who just kicked the extra point, will be kicking off for the Rangers. Snow and McDonald, the deep men. And it's a boomer right down the middle. Takes a bounce. Going to be picked up by McDonald on about the 15-yard line. And he's got a little bit of running room. Gets it up over the 30-yard line. About a 15-yard return by Mr. McDonald.
And Fitchburg hasn't found themselves in this position too often this year, and getting close to halftime with a tie ball game. So we'll see what's in store for the Red Raiders. They've got to come back right now, and the momentum, we don't want the momentum shifting.
Goes to Dustin LeBlanc, and he doesn't get much.
Again, a little mix-up, it looked like, on the handoff, and Dustin LeBlanc bounced off the pile and tried to get out to the outside, but couldn't do it, and no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Approaching 3.5 minutes remaining in the half, 7-7. Fitchburg and Westboro knotted up here at Crocker Field. Nice crowd. And this time it goes to Andy. Andy off right tackle and gets 2, maybe 3. And it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Fitchburg was looking a little better about half an hour ago, 15 minutes ago, but momentum is the equalizer, and Westboro's been rejuvenated since they've scored, and their defense is playing tough here as Fitchburg finds himself 3rd and long.
Well, let's see if they go to the air. Toomley back to pass, being chased, gets it away. It is complete. 1st down. Inside the 40, down to the 33-yard line. Dustin LeBlanc coming out of the backfield.
Great play by Jason Toomley and Dustin LeBlanc as they hooked up on a little bit of a screen action, and we're going to take a look at it again.
And this will be coming right at us. Nice move there.
Good move and a nice play by both of them.
Do you have a CD player that we can give you for halftime?
No, we don't. Next booth over. I was going to bring my CD player here tonight.
I usually have it with me.
Listen to a little Marilyn Manson, halftime. That was one of the
had to be one of the
Westboro cheerleading coaches,
right?
Yeah. Do you have a CD player? I have a Victrola.
Are there any CD players in Fitchburg? There must be.
Yeah. I used my record player the other night.
Did you?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Playing some 45s?
Oh, I was playing some the big ones, the 33s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I gave all my 45s away.
Really?
To Mike McManus.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you wish you had them back.
I do.
Oh, you're worth a fortune.
Danny and the juniors at the hop.
Oh, wow.
All right, here go the Raiders. 1st down. In motion is Snow. Toomley's going to keep it. He's got some running room. He's got a 1st down and more as he steps out of bounds on the 20-yard line.
Another nice play by Toomley as he went back and looked like he was going to throw, but he tucked it in and went around the left side and got good yardage. Here it is again. He looked for a second, but now he takes it upfield and banged around like a pinball, but steps out of bounds, stops the clock, and Fitchburg is driving.
Ball just about on the 20. 1st down. Toomley back. Got to throw into the end zone. Heckel is there, and it's knocked away. Nice defensive play there by Scott McGavin.
Yeah, good coverage by Westboro on that as he threw to Heckel in the end zone. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. And with Toomley with that strong arm is going to loosen up this defense a little bit, and you may see a Dustin or an Andy LeBlanc, and there's another flag being thrown. It'll be procedure again.
Two-minute warning. And also a penalty.
And also a procedure. It's going to bring it back to the 25-yard line.
Well, it just gives them a little more room to work with. So. Once again, this is our final night game of this 1998 season. And we'll take a couple of weeks off. And we'll see you Thanksgiving morning right here at Cracker Field.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Could be history in the making. I know we keep on saying that, and we're probably jinxing Fitchburg High, but we're just trying to call them like we see them. They got an opportunity to go to 11-0 and find themselves up in a Super Bowl matchup against the #1 team in Western Mass. And as I said, you know, in the pregame show, that should Fitchburg finish #1 in the rankings, they're going to play here. Yeah, well, not here, but they're going to play at WPI at 3:15 in the afternoon. The #2 seed, or the 1A seed, is going to play up in Springfield College at 9:45 in the morning. So Fitchburg certainly wants to get that #1 seed. They don't want to be traveling to Springfield, you know, in the dark in the morning.
Yeah. I remember broadcasting that first Super Bowl game back in, was it 72?
Against Greenfield.
Against Greenfield. It's the first time I had seen artificial turf.
Really?
I said, wow.
Wow,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, wow.
Second and 15
Now I hate it.
from the 25.
In fact, I did the game with Scott May.
Yeah.
And we did a talk show driving back.
No kidding.
Yep.
Second and 15.
Raiders trying to score again before halftime. We're knotted at 7. And loose football goes out of bounds.
They've had problems with that play
Yeah.
since day one. That's Toomley came in last week to play against North Middlesex. A couple of times they were unable to hook up, and even tonight a couple of times it just really hasn't clicked. That timing just is not there on that play. And Fitchburg, who was driving, is now going in the wrong direction, and it's going to be 3rd and about 20 or 21. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Let's see if he goes to the air here. Wants to. Being chased, setting up the screen over the middle of Snow. Snow's got some running room, and Snow is going to go all the way. Tom Snow. About a 31-yard touchdown on the screen pass. We have a replay coming up here. We'll see it again. Right over the middle. And great blocking. And not a chance. Great play.
Well, a real backbreaker, too. As you're moving the Raiders back, they come up with that screenplay.
Zach Seacard with the extra point. And it is good. So with 1 minute and 44 seconds to go in the first half of play, the Red Raiders retake the lead 14-0 on a nice 31-yard pass play. And we're going to pick up for the second time tonight, Fitchburg High Marching Band and Mr. Touchdown. There you go, Mr. Touchdown. We just got word that down at Doyle Field, North Middlesex is leading Leominster 7-6. Apparently the Blue Devils either missed a point after or missed the 2-point conversion, but 7-6, so that a battle down there. We got a battle here too. Fitchburg, 1 minute 44 to go in the half, just scored to take the lead. 14-7 as Seacard will kick off. short kick coming down on the 33-yard line, and going down immediately is Josh Paquette. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 170. So let's see what Westboro does here, whether they'll try to have Weiss put it up.
Well, Fred Sullivan, let everybody know the official time is on the field.
Yes.
Not since Pancho Dufour left the hallowed halls of Fitchburg High has the clock been right.
Weiss's pass is incomplete at the 45. He was trying to hit number 36, Stefan Moesta.
Love that name, Stefan.
Yeah,
like,
Stefan.
Like Stefan Urkel, you know.
Yes.
Steve Urkel, and when he transposes himself into Stefan. I don't know if you caught that part of the broadcast, but it's very, very entertaining.
I think I missed that.
Yeah, Stefan Urkel.
2nd and 10 from the 35 as Weiss is being chased out of the pocket, throws on the run, and it's intercepted by McDonald. And McDonald returns it down to the 23-yard line. A very ill-thrown pass by Weiss. And Fitchburg will have an opportunity to maybe add to their lead here.
And they have plenty of time.
1:18 unofficially, because we know the official time is on the field.
Here's that replay of Frank McDonald's interception. Andy Roy put the heat on there in the beginning. Fitchburg has called a timeout. They're going to spot that ball, it looks like, at about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. And I know that Fitchburg would like to get anything on the board, even if they have to use Zach Seacard and kick a field goal, which we know he can do.
I'm going to especially commend our FATV crew tonight. We're getting some excellent pictures. Always do a good job, but tonight they seem to be right on.
Well, the weather conditions are favorable. It's not that cold.
That's true.
The hands
yeah,
are moving.
And it helps when your hands work.
Right. Oh, it's been great. Get a lot of comments throughout, you know, as we progress here at Access Television, and everybody gets a little bit better every week. And
well, some do.
Well, the technical part.
Yeah.
There's two blabbermouths up here.
We're still stumbling along here.
We're still struggling, but both bands are circling the wagons here and getting ready to go out to put on their halftime show. Fitchburg to our right, Westboro to our left. They almost look like they could go out there together. They got the same type uniforms.
Pretty much. All right, here's the situation. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. On about the 24-yard line. 1:44 to go. Toomley throwing on the run, and he overthrows Tom Snow. He was wide open. Had about 4 or 5 yards on the nearest defender, which was Scott McGavin. There's a flag down. Well, wouldn't have counted anyway.
Well, it looks like it's going to be against Fitchburg as they start moving back. That's too bad. Must be a hold. And you know you want him back. You got a good, strong kicker. Legal receiver downfield. So that's going to bring. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens. You know, on a broken play, I can see it, but that was certainly not a broken play. 1st down and 15. This time the ball is on the 29-yard line. Heckle to the left. And again, Toomley wants to throw on the run. He's got Snow and just out of reach.
Tough throw for a left-handed quarterback too. You know, going to your right, just in the wrong hand. You know, and he had him just a little bit overthrown, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Tom Snow huffing and puffing after 2 long routes there, kind of like Anna the Wonder Dog.
Yeah. Maybe we should have thrown a Frisbee out there rather than a football. And
catch it in his teeth.
Yeah.
3rd down. Or maybe it's 2nd. There, the hand goes to Andy LeBlanc.
Well, if you're thinking about a field goal, it would be almost about a 40-yarder, and here comes
now
a quick huddle.
Now they're saying 3rd down on that penalty. And a quick huddle. Snow. Touchdown!
Unbelievable.
3rd long play in a row. They call Tom Snow's number. And free is golden for Tommy Snow. Nice catch in the end zone. And we're going to try to tell you who was covering him, because it was another number 7. Right there, you see him right there, but he's not on our roster, so we don't know who he is. But
Adam Hegerick.
Oh, I see. He wears 2 numbers.
2 numbers.
24 and 7.
Yes.
Well, blocked. And the extra point attempt fails. However, Fitchburg scores 2 quick touchdowns in the late going here in the 2nd quarter of play, and they now lead 20-7 over the Rangers of Westboro.
Well, this game was with 1:44 to go in the half. This game was knotted up at 7, and Fitchburg in 1:05 have scored 13 points, and have put some distance between themselves and Westboro. And thanks to Jason Toomley and Tom Snow, who have hooked up twice on both beautiful pass completions, they've broken it open a bit, and we'll see how Westboro responds. They were looking at a nice, great 7-7 halftime,
sure.
You know, and it looked for a moment there, especially after Westboro scored, that the momentum was going over to the Westboro side. But Fitchburg has really responded well, and has come back here very, very successfully in the last 2 minutes of this ball game.
There's the kick, fielded on the 30-yard line by Josh Paquette, and he gets about 5 on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 with 31 seconds unofficially showing on the scoreboard clock.
Brought down by number 11, Lodge. 1st and 10 Rangers. From there.
Immediately the end of the half, we'll be letting you know once again about the fine people, underwriters who have made these broadcasts possible. And then, of course, both the Westboro High Band and the Fitchburg High Band will be performing as well. Weiss, handoff, big hole, and carrying the football is Scott McGavin, close to midfield.
Big gain for the Rangers, as Fitchburg in a little bit of a prevent, it looked like there, that B.J. Keenan had him one-on-one and was able to hold his ground and make the stop, and the ball spotted right at midfield with unofficially 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Fitchburg doesn't want to lose the advantage that they've created now by letting them get into any type of a scoring situation.
Also at halftime, there'll be once again another promo for the free speech television event. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what that's all about. As opposed to paid speech, I guess.
Okay.
1st and 10 right at midfield. 23 seconds on the scoreboard clock. Weiss fakes. He's not going to go too far. Well, take that back. He's got a 1st down and still on his feet. And he may go. Well, he's certainly going to get down close to the goal line as he's knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. What a bit of running on a broken play.
Just not what Fitchburg High wanted to do. I just talked about it 2 seconds ago. you know, you got them on the ropes. You're waiting for the knockout, and then something like this happens, and Fitchburg High cannot be happy, and there's not a whole lot of time left in the first half as the Raiders called timeout.
6 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock, and Ray Cosenza was jumping up and down, indicating that he wanted a timeout, and finally got it. But it's interesting too. What will, depending on how much actual time is on, I would think that, well, you make a decision if you're Westboro. Do you go? You've got a pretty good kicker. Do you try to get something, or maybe try a quick pass, and if it works, fine. If not, it'll be incomplete, and maybe you'll have a second or two to try a kick.
Yeah, I think that Westboro is going to throw, and I think that they probably have. If they do throw the quick one, they may have enough time for another play, but sometimes in high school, passing plays are slow to develop, and I don't know if 6 seconds is if they can get 2 plays off. Now Westboro's going to call timeout.
All right, ready to go. Ball is on the 10-yard line after a nice 40-yard run by the quarterback, Weiss. Wants to throw, and he goes down. I don't think anybody even touched him for Fitchburg. I think he got tangled up in one of his blockers. And that's it. So the half has come to a close, and Fitchburg dodges a mini bullet there after a very nice 40-yard run on by quarterback Mike Weiss, when all his receivers were covered, and he decided to take it himself and weaved in and out of the Fitchburg defense all the way down to the 10-yard line. And on the last play of the half, he wanted to pass, but looked like he got tangled up in one of his blockers up front. So the score.
No, I was just going to say, the Westboro very upset over how that half ended and thought there was time remaining.
Apparently not. 20-7 the score as both clubs leave the team and leave the field rather, and we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last away performance of the 1998-1999 Westboro High School Ranger Marching Band under the direction of David N. Joss, with drum majors Candace Higgins and Jeff D'Antona, Major Captain Candace Phillips, and color guard captains Melissa Barker, Paige Hummel, and Amy Corral. The band will be playing 2 selections from the Blues Brothers movie. Their first selection is I Can't Turn You Loose, followed by Give Me Some Love. The band will next play Two Melodies, followed by the Ranger Fight song, California, Here I Come. Westboro Ranger Marching Band would like to thank you for your attention.
FATV Sports presents Fitchburg Red Raider football. Brought to you by the volunteers of your community television stations. And major funding from Workers Credit Union. There's no bank like us. And Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation. And by underwriting support from the Byrne Insurance Agency, 150 Main Street, where all your insurance needs are met, auto, home, and business. Byrne Insurance, fulfilling promises made. And by the Masciarelli Family Funeral Homes, honoring the lives of local families for generations. And by Mr. G's Party Center Incorporated in the Twin City Mall, proud to be supporting schoolboy football. And by Sky Cycle, 402 Electric Avenue in Lunenburg, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Yamaha Sales and Service. And by Slattery's Restaurant and Bar, 106 Lunenburg Street, now featuring live entertainment with the best of blues and jazz. And a special thank you to Local 3128 of the Fitchburg Permanent Firefighters Association. A message from Lee Coppola, winner of the prestigious George Polk Award for TV investigative reporting, and 30 other local, state, and national honors in print and broadcast.
I've spent much of my life trying to bring the facts and what they mean to the world around me as a newspaper and television journalist, as an educator, and as a federal prosecutor. Free speech and human rights are at the heart of everything I've done and ever tried to do. On December 10th, join me when Fitchburg is one of 5 cities nationally specially chosen to mark the 50th anniversary of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, with the special program sponsored by FATV at the Fitchburg Public Library. Human rights and the right to speak freely are the heart and soul of your volunteer community television, FATV.
Lee Coppola is currently Dean of the Giandoli School of Journalism and Mass Communication at St. Bonaventure University in upstate New York, and a writer, media critic, and broadcaster. A new documentary video, Dirty Secrets, dealing with the CIA's activities in Guatemala, will be shown at 7 p.m. Thursday, December 10th in the Library Auditorium, with his speech and an open forum to follow. Coppola will be joined by the documentary maker, Patricia Gudvis. Just Solutions, Campaigning for Human Rights is co-sponsored by FATV, Free Speech TV, and the Human Rights Watch International Film Festival. Admission is free and light refreshments will be served after the program.
Mysore. The Pittsburgh High School, ladies and gentlemen, the Pittsburgh High School Red Raider Marching Band would like to dedicate this season's halftime show, this evening's halftime show, to a longtime Pittsburgh High School booster, Mr. Lou Nato. Nice hat, Ellie. tickets out. The number is 558390. 558390. If you have that ticket, would you please pick up your money at the press box? 558390.
Okay, Fitchburg High School, as we look at Dr. Phil Fallon, the superintendent of schools in Fitchburg. The band is marching off. The football teams are coming back on the field, and Fitchburg has the lead by a score of 20-7.
I wonder what that conversation was all about. Did you take the points?
I think both those guys look like over-under guys.
Yeah.
Had a pretty exciting first half, Dave.
Pretty dull first quarter.
Yeah, but that score is not indicative of just exactly what happened. And Pittsburgh lucky to escape as Pete Traynor calls the lads over. And Westboro going in there right at the end of the first half, and time ran out on them. Thus, we have a 20-7. This game could easily be tied or much closer than the 20-7 score indicates. But as the captains go back to midfield, we'll take this 20-7 lead, and hopefully in the next 22 minutes can keep it going, and we'll go into Thanksgiving undefeated.
Ways to go yet, though. Crowd on hand. The light continues to burn on the steeple.
And the temperature begins to pump, to go down.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit nippier, but it's just a little bit later in the evening. We got a score from Doyle Field. North Middlesex is leading Leominster by a score of 10-7, or 10-6. 10-6.
And I don't know, if that's considered an upset or not. I don't know.
Well, Leominster's only lost one, and North Middlesex has lost 2 or 3 and have a tie. And Fred Sullivan now starting to base the crowd as they come in. Talking about Dave Tower, a great football player in his own right back in the late 50s.
Yeah, is he here?
I guess so, yeah. An attorney now, I believe.
Yep, in New Hampshire.
Yep.
Nice guy.
Good guy, yeah. Good football player. Tough kid.
I think he graduated with my sister in class of '60.
That sounds about right.
That was the year before Fred Larson.
I hope Fred heard us last week as we his grandson had a good game tonight.
Yeah.
A big interception and a couple of runbacks.
Well, here we go. Take it away, Luke.
Thanks very much. Kick is picked up back on about the 10-yard line. Brought across the 20 up to about the 25 by Frank McDonald, and the Red Raiders will get things started here in the second half at their own 25-yard line. And there's Fred's grandson running that kickback. You're going to hear a lot about Frank McDonald in the next couple of years. Let me see, is he a junior or a sophomore? He's a good player. Class of 01, '01. So he's a sophomore?
Yeah.
Andy LeBlanc gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage, and looks like he might have lost a little bit. So we'll call it 2nd and 10.5.
Future cheerleader there.
Yeah. Fitchburg High on top by a score of 20-7. We're early in the second half.
Say future cheerleader. The way women's sports is advancing, she could be a future linebacker.
Right. See Lindsay Angus from St. Bernard's getting a full boat to University of Kentucky.
Yep.
Second man through is Andy LeBlanc, and he gets good yardage up close to the first down. Going to be a couple of yards short, but picks up about 9 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Fitchburg. B.J. Keenan brings him out. Ben Bedard wide to the left. Tom Snow wide to the right. First man through is Dustin LeBlanc, and he gets it across the 35-yard line. Looks like it'll be enough for the first down, and it is. So Fitchburg keeps possession and would love to work that clock. We'll see how that clock management here as Dallas Heckel checks in with the play from Coach DiGeronimo. Or one part of the coaching staff. I don't know who's calling the plays, but Tommy Snow wide to the left, Heckel's wide right. First man through, and now they pitch back to Andy LeBlanc. He cuts it upfield, gets it across the 40, still on his feet, across the 50-yard line, still on his feet, down inside the 30. Andy LeBlanc powers his way inside the 30-yard line to about the 28. A big pickup for Andy LeBlanc.
Yeah, and powers is the correct word there, Luke. Hit it right on the head. He bounced off a couple of guys and just pushed him over. And here's the replay. Bang. Bam. Emerald Lagasse.
That's right. One of my favorites, Emerald.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is Dustin, first guy through, and he gets down close to the 25.
I like Sarah Moulton.
Dave Allen, on the stop, number 40 for the Rangers, assisted by, I think it was Ed Reynolds, also helped out on the play.
Taking time out from his law practice.
Yeah.
Judge.
We got another new judge, another Superior Court judge, Tim Hillman, just appointed today by,
really?
Or yesterday by Governor Salucci. There's Frank McDonald, and he picks up probably a yard on the play as he's dive bombed there and right at the ankles. Yeah, Tim Hillman
wow.
appointed a Superior Court judge.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, he sure is. Hope I never have to meet up with him.
See him professionally.
Okay, 3rd and long, 3rd and about 7 for Fitchburg. The ball at the 25-yard line of Westboro. Toomley going to pitch it back again to Andy LeBlanc, and it doesn't work again. And the ball is still loose, and that can be picked up. It's still loose, and I think Westboro has it. They do.
I think it's time to take that play out of the book.
Well, they just used it on the Andy LeBlanc run, and it was successful. And I was going to say, I didn't have an opportunity. That was the first time it's really worked all year. And then they come back and try it again, and there's a lot of timing on that play. And if you don't do it just right, you got to wait to get hit. You got to hold your fake, and it was like a. It was all over the place. And Westboro's going to take over at their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10, as Mike Weiss calling signals, back to throw, throws it out in the screen, complete to number 41, Scott McGavin. Pickup of about 4 on the play. It's going to make a 2nd and 6 situation for Westboro.
That potentially is a big turnover here because Fitchburg was moving.
Yep.
And if Westboro can score one here, we get a brand new ball game.
They have that one blocked extra point, too, that may become a factor down the road. We'll wait and see. Weiss again back to throw, and this time he hooks up with Hanukkah. And Hanukkah is, I believe, going to pick up the 1st down.
Sure looks like it. Yep.
Seacard and Cordio in on the stop for the Raiders.
20-7 is the score. 6:17 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Here's Weiss. This time he hands off to Davidson. Frank McDonald in on the stop for Fitchburg. It's about a 2-yard pickup, going to be 2nd and 8 for Westboro. As we're under 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. Fitchburg up on top by a score of 20-7. Westboro trying to capitalize on a fumble recovery. Is Weiss again back to pass, but looks like he wants to run, but there's Dustin LeBlanc. Makes the stop in the backfield. Great play by Dustin LeBlanc.
Great pursuit. There you see him. 5'9", 195 pounds. Dustin LeBlanc.
Weiss rolled out to the left, but you could tell that it was a run all the way. And we got a holding call on Westboro, and it was declined. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 11 for Westboro. Saucier comes out of the ball game.
Big play here for Westboro.
Weiss back to pass. Pumps again. Now he throws it long. And it's too long. Intended for Hanukkah. But was overthrown. Well covered by Saul Seacard and Dallas Heckel. And that's going to force Westboro to punt. And they're coming out real quickly. No huddle. Frank McDonald back for Fitchburg as Weiss does the punting. And be careful here with the ball at midfield. Oh, and it was close to being blocked. McDonald gets it, falls on it, and it's a fumble recovery. And number 7 gets it for Westboro. That's Adam Hegerick, as Frank McDonald couldn't hold on as he caught it and got hit at the same time. And Hegerick just, Johnny on the spot, picks up the fumble recovery at the 20-yard line.
So 2 consecutive turnovers by the Raiders put the Rangers in great field position down just shy of the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Mike Weiss hands it off to the first man through. It's Davidson, but he's hit immediately. I think that was Frank McDonald, and he cut back right into a positive play after that fumble recovery on the punt. So a loss of about a half a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 10.5. Ball is right at the 21-yard line of Fitchburg. Weiss back to pass again, rolling to the right. Throws it across the middle. It's complete to McGavin. He's right down at the goal line, and he's in for the score.
This one ain't over. 20-yard touchdown pass. Weiss to McGavin. And as you mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, Luke, that missed point after the blocked point. And here's the replay. Nice reception, and nice what he did with it after he caught it.
This is a huge extra point right here. It's good.
So Westboro has pulled within 6. It is 20-14. You can bet, should Fitchburg score, that they would probably go for a 2-point conversion, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. 2 very costly turnovers by the Raiders, especially, of course, that last one, the punt that Frank McDonald had and then lost it, and it looked like it was almost a planned play, the way they rushed to get that kickoff in a hurry, and then they knew exactly where that kick was going to go. And as you said, Johnny on the spot.
And this is what good teams are made of right here. When your back is up against the wall, if you can respond, you're a good team. You can't get down on yourself now. You've had a great season. You're 9-0, and you've got the lead here. Just play your game, play what got you here, and you'll do fine. They're offside. They're offside.
Yep. The Westboro fans are going nuts because they recovered it, but it's not going to count. They are offside. And now they realize.
Oh, yeah. They are not going to like this at all.
I tell you, Fitchburg has got to watch out here.
Well, you got to get your special teams. I mean, don't need to be a football coach to understand that they want to get the ball back, and an onside kick was in order. Of course, now as you move it back 5 more yards, if you don't get that onside kick, you're giving Fitchburg great field position.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what they do this time. but that was clearly offside. You could see that. There must have been 3 or 4 guys on our side of the field that were offside.
Nice
move.
try.
I like it. I like it. That was good. The kicker for Westboro was number 10. That's John Seaman. He was going to move it back up to the 40-yard line. Hey. Another great onside kick. And I think their call, Westboro says they've got it. And let's see what the referee says.
Fitchburg.
And the thing is Fitchburg has it in Westboro territory, so that's the drawback there to the onside kick.
I still like the call though. It's.
Oh yeah, definitely. The thing is, if it doesn't go your way, it costs you a little bit.
Yeah, life is a gamble.
Yeah, that's true. Well, here comes Jason Toomley back in for the Raiders, and they don't have all their players on the field. There's number 654 for Fitchburg. Pat DeGrosalia checks in, and you better hurry up or you're going to have a delay of game. Okay, we're down to nail-biting time here now, and there's Dustin LeBlanc, first man through. Almost somebody late there getting on the pile, but no flag is thrown. It's about a 3-yard pickup, 4 yards. Let's make it for Fitchburg. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Ball being spotted at the 43-yard line of Westboro.
This Westboro crowd is really into it now.
Zach Seacard is wide to the left and almost offside. No call as Dustin LeBlanc, first man through again, gets it up to the 40-yard line or down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of a couple more. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Ben Bedard and Zach Seacard shuttling in the plays for Fitchburg. As we're down to about 2.5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd period. Fitchburg on top by a score of 20-14. And here's Toomley handing it to Andy LeBlanc. Andy LeBlanc gets close to the first down to the 35-yard line, and I think his forward motion, Dave, is going to give him that first down.
Yeah, he's got it by a yard or two. We're going to see that one again in a second.
Good effort by the senior. Here comes Andy. Takes a couple of hits. Here comes Toomley with a keeper, and he's going to scrum his way up to the 32-yard line. Pickup of about 4. Dave Allen in on the stop, number 40 for Westboro. 2nd and 6 for Fitchburg as we go under 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd period. Zach Seacard to the left, Snow to the right. Toomley gives it to Andy LeBlanc, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. He might have lost a yard on the play. Well, they're going to give him the forward progress. No gain. 3rd down for Fitchburg. Probably find them in 2-down territory here. They may run 3rd and 4th down, not punt. Toomley once again keeps it. He tried to slice it upfield, but was tripped up by number 40, Dave Allen. And Weiss was also in on the stop. So Fitchburg finds himself 4th and a long 2. And Paul DiGeronimo sends Dallas Heckel in with a play. And now Toomley wants a timeout. And we're down to the 26 seconds unofficially to go here in the 3rd period.
Well, this is the most exciting game I think we've had this year. This late in the ball game, and a 6-point game.
And probably the biggest play of the season coming up. 4th down and a long 2. Fitchburg hasn't found itself all year long in anything like this, except perhaps for the Brockton game, and that was a nail biter, but that was down in Brockton, and not a whole lot of people saw that one. But if you listen to it on the radio, I mean, that was a very, very close ball game. But here at Crocker Field this year, we've had nothing but a good old time just talking about long touchdown runs and field goals and touchdown passes, and critical part of the season right here, as a sophomore quarterback will try to lead this team here in the 4th quarter, or it actually is still in the 3rd quarter with 26 seconds remaining. But Westboro digging in as Toomley calls signals. Tom Snow goes in motion. Pitches it back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc's got some room, and he's got the first down, Andy LeBlanc. And there's a flag on the play, and I believe we're going to have a face mask tacked on as number 40, Dave Allen, and there's another flag for probably an unsportsmanlike conduct.
I didn't see the face mask. If I figured it was perhaps a piling on thing or a late hit, but then there was, as everybody saw, that second flag.
Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Now that's unfortunate, and Coach Jan Gibo can't be very happy about that, because this is going to bring the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line. Wow.
Wow, there's the flag, first one.
What happened was, I think as you said, Dave, it was a personal foul, and then somebody said something. So Fitchburg has got a great opportunity here, as that's the end of the 3rd period. And Fitchburg High survives a big scare late in that 3rd period, and then go into the 4th period with a score of 20-14.
Yeah, very exciting game here, and an unfortunate turn of events for Westboro, as Fitchburg had the brakes going against them with a couple of turnovers. And now Fitchburg gets the first down on a nice run by Andy LeBlanc, and then 2 penalties, personal foul and unsportsmanlike conduct on that play. Push the ball down to the 5-yard line. Well, Fitchburg will have first down and goal to go as we open up the 4th quarter.
And the reaction from the Fitchburg High bench was almost like, well, it's about time. It looked like there may be some trash talking going on down there, and a lot of it being probably, I can only assume, being generated from Westboro as far as Fitchburg is concerned. And when they threw that second flag, it was almost as if it was being anticipated by Fitchburg High. But that's a huge, huge break for them, and now they find themselves first and goal at the 5. Big turn of events there, as Westboro got themselves right back into this ball game, and fortunately for Fitchburg, they've got a golden opportunity here. And to bring you this 4th quarter, Dave Svens.
All right, Luke, thank you. And right through the center, and a touchdown. Dustin LeBlanc. A huge score for the Raiders on the first play of the 4th quarter. 5-yard touchdown run by Dustin LeBlanc, and that puts the Raiders up 26-14. Now, here's the replay, and big hole there. Now, is Fitchburg...
Seacard's in.
He's got a kick.
You're right, though. I mean, a 2-point play here at least would require Westboro to make both of their conversions. Well, you never know. We could have a little fakerini here.
Yes, sir. There's the fakerini, and it is incomplete. Seacard, the kicker, went out and nicely covered. And let's pick up the Fitchburg High marching band. Well,
I want to tell you, I'm proud of Joanne Hughes tonight.
yep.
I am proud of her. Out there dragging that cable for Jimmy Marabello. I'm telling you, she's doing a great job.
There she is.
Yeah, there she is. All right.
How can you do that and look sexy? All right, we're ready to go. And there's a little chip shot by Seacard. Comes down at the 36. It's dropped. Loose football. I believe Westboro got it back. Fitchburg is saying they got it, but the guy in the striped shirt is the one that... and they did! Turn around, fair play.
Huge. Fitchburg has come up with some huge plays tonight. Boy, I'll tell you, that may be the biggest one of them all as we watch it again. And let's see who comes up with it. I couldn't see. But that's big.
All right. 1st and 10, Raiders. That's Andy LeBlanc. Big hole! Still on his feet. Down to the 20, the 10. Unbelievable. "39 yards. And just stunned silence on the other side of the field. And we're going to see a replay.
Tom Snow tried to tackle him. Well, yeah, this is a Coach Geronimo. This is a stunned Westboro crowd. It wasn't 2 minutes ago that they were knocking on Fitchburg's door, and now they're being blown out.
How quickly? And now Fitchburg's going to go for the 2. McDonald in motion. Toomley rolling. Nothing there, but he gets free. Did he get in? He did! What a great play by Jason Toomley. Looked like he was going to be nailed. The receiver was covered in the corner of the end zone. And he did a little dance. And look at those Raiders coming up the field. Just a couple of minutes ago, it was a 6-point game, and now it's a 20-point game.
They've given us a great year, Dave. I'll tell you, this is a great football team, and it's a great bunch of kids, and it's good things happen to good people. And this has been a team that has been had a good work ethic, and there wasn't a lot of showboating, and they just went out and got the job done. And they're going into Thanksgiving undefeated, and I'm happy for them.
Absolutely. And there's a flag back on the 10-yard line, way down. And
probably too much celebrating.
Could be.
No, no flag. Waved it off. Oh, that guy, look at this guy over here. He's got about 5 flags. He doesn't have enough pockets. Look at it. He's still sticking them in his pocket. Holy cow. Man.
Like David Copperfield. Look what I got on my sleeve here.
Holy mackerel.
So Zach Seacard will tee it up on the 40-yard line. Now he had to try to move it up to the 35 like the other guy did.
Sure. That was funny.
That was funny.
Well, let's see what kind of a kick we can conjure up here. And well, if they do it again.
And it's a shorty. One of the linemen has it. That was actually number 40, Dave Allen. He's waiting for that thing to come down, and I'm sure had some tough thoughts going through his head. But
Clydesdale's coming at him.
Yeah. So Westboro will go to work from their own 38-yard line as they trail by 20. Just a few minutes ago, they were behind by just 6. Weiss over the middle. It is a nice catch by number 21. That is, of course, is Dave Hanukkah. First down.
And, you know, they, like we said all through the game, I mean, they came in with that reputation that they could throw, and you know, you're going to see a lot of it now.
Ball just over the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Time remains, there's still a lot of time, 10 minutes. All that action happening in about a minute. There's the hand, and here goes number 41, Scott McGavin. He's got running room, and he is down close to the 10-yard line. Wow. And now the Westboro fans starting to perk up again.
Well, they haven't given up. To their credit, they're just right back in this ball game. You just said it, David. There is a lot of time left. I don't know if there's enough time, but there's McGavin's run and replay. Well, let's see what they can do. They've been down here before.
Ball is on the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. And McGavin. No, it was a reverse that time. And they get it down inside the 10 to about the 6. Well, the 5-yard line. So Westboro knocking on the door.
And Mike Weiss has to run over to the sidelines after every play. I don't know why they don't shuttle in for him, but he's got to run about 25 yards over to his coach and then back, and that can't be helping his situation out at all.
Weiss throws into the end zone. It is incomplete. Intended, and there's a flag down.
And they're going to wave that off, too, because he couldn't catch it.
Yeah. Uncatchable ball is what they wrote, but there was apparently contact there.
You know, I got to be honest with you, Westboro really hasn't got a call all night long. You know, every controversial call has gone to Fitchburg's way, and that clearly was not a catchable ball. But if you're a Westboro, you want that.
All right, Weiss fires again, the same play, and touchdown. And that looked like offensive interference. It looked like he pushed off Tommy Snow. And now Westboro, they're lined up to play over here, and the ball's over there. Okay. John Seaman for the kick. It's up. No good. No good. Potentially, that's a biggie. It is now a 14-point game, 34-20. We have had 3 touchdowns scored in 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yep.
Wow. Now, I imagine we're going to see the onside again, even though they know it's coming.
Yeah, I don't know why they've even got, they got Andy and Dustin back. They should have all the sure hands up front, but Heckle's in there, Snow, McDonald, Andy Roy, Saul Seacard, B.J. Keenan, Ben Bedard, Keith Lovett, and Kyle Dodge. So they've got...
Well, they're all spread out here. And it's a line drive coming down. Picked up by Andy about the 22-yard line. Returns it nicely over the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Little surprise. Now, I mean, that squib kick is always pretty tough to handle, but I mean, once you get it with behind all those red jerseys, it's usually pretty safe to pick it up. And Andy LeBlanc did a nice job and got it up to about the 37, 38-yard line.
We'll call it the 37. Dustin LeBlanc gets the call and brings it out to the 40. And it'll be a second down. We'll call it 8. Too many people have left.
No, this really has been a very enjoyable game to watch.
Just over the 40-yard line. Toomley again gives it to Justin. Gets a couple. Maybe. And it brings a third down and 6.
And Fitchburg really wants to pick up a couple of first downs here and chew up that clock. About 7.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game, and Fitchburg has got a long third down situation here. And if they don't make it, they're going to have to kick in this territory.
Absolutely. And it goes to Andy LeBlanc. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Got maybe a yard, but it's going to be fourth down and about 5.
Number 20, Kevin Phillips, and number 14, Mike Weiss.
And the kicking team goes in.
Fourth and about 6. Long 5.
Westboro not too sure.
Yep. There's the kick. It's coming down at the 32-yard line. Mike Weiss. Brought down at the 40. So let's see what the Rangers can do here. The Rangers and the Raiders.
Kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah. The mark it on the 42-yard line. First and 10. Mike Weiss. Back to pass. Throws deep over the middle. He's got a man there, but it is picked off.
Dallas Heckle. Timed it like a forward on a basketball team going up for a rebound and snatched it out of the air and come down on his back, but a great interception by Dallas Heckle.
Here we go. I believe that was Josh Paquette, the intended receiver, and Heckle picks it off. So the Raiders take over. About the 33-yard line. Andy LeBlanc gets it out to the 35.
Both Dustin and Andy have had a punishing evening. Both of them have picked up some tough yards. This is a good defensive football team that they're playing against tonight, and both of them have taken some good licks.
Second down. About 8. Dustin gets the call this time, and he's got a little bit of running room up over the 40-yard line to about the 41. It appears to be maybe a yard short of the first down.
Nice run by Dustin as he ducked under a tackle there and got some decent yardage. It's 3rd and 2 yards, and a first down here is just what the doctor ordered.
Third down. Short 2. Dustin gets the call, and he also gets the first down. (34-20). Fitchburg leading by 14. What an exciting first couple of minutes in this fourth quarter. 3 touchdowns were scored in just about 2 minutes of play, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. From the 45-yard line, Snow in motion to the left. Toomley to Dustin. And he gets possibly 4. Fitchburg, of course, will be content to keep it on the ground here, keep the clock running. Time is on their side. Yes, it is.
Time is definitely on their side. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we're approaching the 4-minute mark here in the ball game, and it's one of the longest drives of the whole game.
Yeah.
Gone back and forth so many times.
This time, fumble. Andy loses the ball, and Westboro thinks they have it, and they do.
Well, it ain't over till it's over. Little mix-up on the handoff. I don't know if we're going to get a replay on that or not, but
they believe we may have a replay on that.
Looks like the ball was placed on his thigh. Take a look here. It went a little to the left. Oh, he got it up there.
Yeah, he did.
He got it up there. I don't know what the deal was there, but Westboro's back in action.
1st and 10. Weiss pumps once, and he's hit and picks up maybe a couple of yards. Down to about the 43-yard line.
That play again looked like it was a run by design, and I can't figure that out. This kid can throw. He's got good wide receivers, and they're chewing the clock up.
Like Weiss, handoff right up the middle. McGavin carries the football down to about the 40-yard line, but you're absolutely right, Luke. They're down 2 touchdowns and only 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and it's running. It's also 3rd and 5. Weiss throws it over the middle. There's another interception. The 30, 35, Heckel up over midfield, and is brought down on the 43-yard line. Dallas Heckel, the 2nd consecutive interception.
He's had a big night. Out there like a center fielder, just waiting to pick him off, and Dallas Heckel, another interception here tonight. Here's the replay. Strong pass, and he was just right there. And a nice run back, too. And took a pretty good hit at the end.
It's amazing what Fred Larson's number on your back can do for you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, Raiders. And we got a flag.
And we may have a delay here. Well, it's a procedure call against Fitchburg. It'll back it up to close to midfield, right on number 74, which is fading fast.
Yep.
We'll have to have Tommy Shea reline that.
Well, he's got 2 weeks to get the field back in shape.
Yep.
49-yard line, so it'll be a 1st and 15 for the Red Raiders. And it goes to Dustin.
Oh, that's
No,
right.
McDonald's in there now. McDonald gets the carry, brings it down to the 40-yard line, about 9 yards.
Good pickup by McDonald as Westboro calls a timeout.
Well, they call timeout, number one, to regroup, but also to stop the clock. 2:58 showing. Handsome couple there.
Yep. Sounds like Lemus is up on top of North Middlesex. Here's the replay on that Frank McDonald run. Good run. He's bouncing off. Leominster on top of North Middlesex by a score of 14-10. I don't know if that's a final or not.
There's Dave Masciarelli, number 13, doing some clerical work there. Probably his homework.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, 2:48 to go. Fitchburg has a second down and about 7. And Dustin gets the call. Gets 1 or 2. And another timeout being called by Westboro.
Yeah, they got plenty of timeouts. I mean, I think they get 5 a half, so they probably used, well, we know they've used at least 2, but perhaps 3. They may only have a couple left. And I question their play selection in the last time that they had the ball. A couple of running plays. Maybe they were trying to set the pass play up. I don't want to second guess a high school coach because I've never coached myself, but just as a fan, it would seem to me that the team that has this type of an air attack would probably use it more than they did right then. But we'll see what happens as it's a 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. The ball is just about at the 40-yard line of Westboro. 2:39 unofficially remaining.
Actually, I think right now that is official. I think they moved the clock
Okay.
during the timeout, so that's how much time is left. 3rd down. 7 yards to go. Ball on the 41-yard line of Westboro. And he's going to pass.
Got him.
He's got a man wide open. Tommy Snow. Touchdown. "41 yards. Jason Tumley, the Tom Snow, who is wide open. Here we go. Here's the replay. Nice fake there. And both Snow and Dustin LeBlanc had the defense beat. So finally, this one is, I know we said this once before, but here's Seacard. Kick is up, and it's good. That one was not struck with the authority that others have. Just saw a shot of the working press.
And who would that be, the working press?
Yeah, there's an oxymoron. Look at
there they
that.
are.
Look at that crew. Look at John McGurk in the yellow there. I don't know if you can pan down or tilt down and show his.
Let's see the shorts.
See the shorts there. There we go.
Look You got to go to court and sue those legs for non-support. Yeah, he's got shorts on and he's chewing tobacco, so he's apparently is in desperate need of some psychiatric evaluation. Well, it's 41-20, and we're down to 2 1/4 minutes to go here in the ball game, and I think it's pretty much stick a fork in the turkey because they're done. It's 41-20, and ain't nobody coming back now.
Of course, we did have 3 touchdowns scored in 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yeah, we did. I just don't think they have the time now with the timeout situation, and poor Dave Allen.
Yep. And 1st and 10 for Westboro, 35-yard line, 2:16 to go.
Now they're saying that Leominster won 14-7. I don't know how that 10 got in there. Coach Kazenza and Coach Shalafu.
All right. Pass is incomplete to Hanukkah. There's B.J. Keenan.
One of the captains. Grandson of the captain.
Second down. Twice again, and he is going to be sacked back on the 34-yard line.
Keith Levitt and Andy LeBlanc on that sack.
He's just lying there. I don't know if it's because he's hurt or it's just out of frustration.
Well, he does everything. I mean, he's the punter. He runs back the kicks. He's the quarterback.
He's Mr. Touchdown. Third down and 11. Over the middle, it is incomplete. Again, Dave Hanukkah, the intended receiver. And that'll bring out 4th down. I'm sure they'll be going for it here.
And here comes a whole brand new team.
Well, I guess they're not. I guess they are going to kick. Huh. Wow.
Well, and you'll see Coach Kazenza take a knee too. So.
Boomer comes down on the 40. Snow gonna let it be, and it'll be 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line as the Raiders just gotta, as Luke said, probably just put the knees down here.
Yeah, I would think that the knee will go down here, and that'll be the end of it. Coach Kazenza has always played with great sportsmanship, and they're not going to do anything special here. Keep Tommy Snow way in the back there just in case something crazy happens. And get the knee. Well, Westboro probably has a couple of timeouts, but
why?
After
why?
they punt it, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's gonna do it. I mean, you know, they're gonna have to take another 1 or 2, but as the fans start to file out, Freddie Sullivan encouraging the people to show up on Thanksgiving for the greatest show on the earth.
And there's another knee as we are under a minute to go here, 58 seconds.
Now, they've given us a great season, and it's not over yet. We've got a little bit more business to do, and that'll be Thanksgiving morning. A couple weeks away.
Let's get the Chicken Bowl coming up, and then the
Pigeon Bowl.
Pigeon Bowl.
Yeah. The student body now chanting, "We want Leominster."
They'll get them. And that is it. And the fans that are left here are on their feet applauding not only the victory tonight, but as you say, Luke, just a fantastic season that they have seen here at Crocker Field. They had a great, a fine year last year, but didn't win a single game on the road. And of course, they put that behind them in a hurry this year. And come Thanksgiving morning, they'll be 10-0.
Yeah, 10-0, and probably, well, I don't know. I mean, Leominster's lost once. I don't know, you have to look at these power ratings. I don't know how it's going to work out. I know that now they're probably both in after Leominster's win over North Middlesex, so they're probably both going to the Super Bowl, and now it's who's going to go where. That Brockton win may be a big factor in that whole thing.
And of course, we'll see what happens Thanksgiving morning. But there you see the players. There's the big guy, Keith Levitt. And now all the players head for the front of the covered stands and the alma mater. Well, the tradition that was begun a couple years ago, the players, after a victory in front of the covered stands while the band plays and holding their helmets aloft. A very great victory here tonight, 41-20, and Fitchburg still undefeated.
Yeah, I just, the score is not indicative of the game. We saw a lot of going back and forth. I think that Westboro had a couple of opportunities to really tighten things up, but you know, you gotta single out Dallas Heckel, a couple of big interceptions. Dustin and Andy ran for tough yardage, and Jason Toomley once again a big night, and some nice passes, a couple of nice runs, and
he just received a couple of passes right there.
Yeah, well, you know, he's a high school hero now, so you know, congratulations to Fitchburg High. They've got just a little bit left to do, and we're going to find out what that's going to work out on Thanksgiving morning, Dave. Look forward to it.
We will be there along with the entire FATV crew. So that's it. Final score for the final time. Fitchburg remains undefeated, beating Westboro here at Crocker Field 41-20. We'll see you in a couple of weeks right back here at Crocker Field on Thanksgiving morning. For the entire FATV crew and my partner Luke Connery, this is Dave Svens wishing you all a very pleasant good evening.
FATV Sports presents Fitchburg Red Raider football. Brought to you by the volunteers of your community television stations. And major funding from Workers Credit Union. There's no bank like us. And Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation. And by underwriting support from the Byrne Insurance Agency, 150 Main Street, where all your insurance needs are met, auto, home, and business. Byrne Insurance, fulfilling promises made. And by the Masciarelli Family Funeral Homes, honoring the lives of local families for generations. And by Mr. G's Party Center Incorporated in the Twin City Mall, proud to be supporting schoolboy football. And by Sky Cycle, 402 Electric Avenue in Lunenburg, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Yamaha Sales and Service. And by Slattery's Restaurant and Bar, 106 Lunenburg Street, now featuring live entertainment with the best of blues and jazz. And a special thank you to Local 3128 of the Fitchburg Permanent Firefighters Association.